Hey everyone, welcome back to my studio. Today is going to be a little bit of a longer video. I have some information stuff that I wanted to do for you, and then I'm going to do 4 trinket box tops. I'm going to bloom on those. And I have a charcuterie board, which is just a cutting board. But you know, fancy name charcuterie, because you know, whoever gets it is not going to probably use it as a cutting board anymore. It'll just be for display. So that's what is the plan. I don't know if any of you saw on Facebook, I posted this little tile here. Dried really nice. It's got some really pretty shimmer to it. It was just a black and white with coral berry, just the one color, because I was experimenting when I started mixing up all of my multitudes of colors over here that I have been, took me a couple hours one day to get ready for these pieces. Losing my train of thought here. They were getting where they were really thin, especially the ones that were mostly the primary elements. When I mix the polycrylic in with the glidden, and this is the paint. You can't see it. This is the paint I'm using. So it's glidden, premium, and it's a base 3, I believe. Yeah, base 3, which is up at the top here. I don't know. Anyhow, I can't get it in the picture. It's too big. Because I have you guys down here for close-up. But, I will list that down in the description. Anyhow, I decided to try and use it just as is, without any polyacrylic in it. And it worked great. So, just for future reference, you might want to try it, see if it works for you. That way you have one less ingredient to mix up for your bloom recipe. So, that was the one thing I wanted to show you. The other thing I wanted to show you is this little beauty, dried. Let me pull you up a little bit. So this was the Lazy Susan that I did, and dried beautiful. I'm going to get a coat of resin on it and give it to the client. So just wanted to show you that all dried and pretty. All right, so I'm just going to tell you the colors as I go. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to use. I have my base paints. I'm going to use a black and a white. I'm not sure how many will end up with black base, but I'm going to do a couple at least. So I'm going to start on my board, get the big one out of the way. I did tape the back. At first I only taped half, and then I thought, well, I probably should just tape the whole thing because I just don't know. I don't want to get anything on it and on the back of it, because then it's just too hard to get it off. So bring you guys back down there so you can be close up. I'm only going to be pouring on this side over here. So make sure I have you guys in here for most of it. All right, so I didn't tape off the edge because I want kind of a flowy edge. And I've seen other people do this, and I've done another one, and I just don't feel like the taped edge gives a good clean edge. So I like it better, you know, when I go to resin it. And maybe I'll do a video on that to show you how I do that. But because I've watched Shelly Carruthers from Shelly Art do hers, and she has a really good technique for going up against that edge with the resin to keep it from flowing over. And, you know, she has a course on this. I'm sure you guys all know that. If you haven't, you know, there's tons of recipes out there now, especially for the US. So you can get the recipes from other people, but she really is the master of this technique. So it does probably pay to go see her in action on her course. I wanted to show you real quick too that this is the consistency of the one that I just mixed with house paint. So that's no polyacrylic in there. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful consistency. So these are all mixed with primary elements because, with polyacrylic, because I didn't discover that till I was all done. So for my next batch, I won't put the polyacrylic in it. All right, so let's get started. I need to pick some colors here for this. I think I'm gonna go with, this is the hard part, picking colors. I want to do blooms, flowers. So, and I think I want to get a little bit of the green in there, but I'm going to start with the plumeria. I think I want to put a little bit of coral berry in there too, and some 24 karat. I'm going to try this olive vine. That's a primary element color, just to see, because it looks like a really pretty green. I've never used it, so, or haven't in a while. So that's going to be my green. I'm going to put a little bit of kiwi in with that green. And do I want some, let's see. All my colors are kind of similar. I'm thinking I might want a little bit of purple in there. So I think I might throw in the snapdragon in the flower. Just a little bit of purple. All right, so let's get this on. Just going to cover that surface with my base. Make a little puddle. And I'm going to try and do 3. So I'm not going to go very big with them. So this is the plumeria. See how thin that color is though? And that's with the polyacrylic. So I'm hoping, because I don't have the same consistency, that it doesn't mess with my blooms. Okay, let's go with some, I'm going to do some of the, this is Snapdragon by Primary Elements. I'm going to do kind of similar to Charmin Cons blooms, where I'm putting the colors in different areas. I don't know, this might be a big fail. I might have to scrape it. We'll see. You just never know. Put some of that gold in. All right. And I'm going to use some black cell activator because I want them to really stand out. And I think I'm going to do them one at a time on the blow so my cell activator doesn't sing too much. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's one. These colors look pretty together. Ooh, I think too much cell activator there, but we're going to go with it. I'm going to go ahead and add in some green. Some leaves. Remember, when you're doing these, when you spin them, they're going to expand out. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, you guys are in. Be really careful on this part of the board when you're working, because you don't want to accidentally get paint over there. I've got to figure out how to blow that last bloom because I've got it over on the opposite side. Yeah, I probably just, I don't know if you guys could see that or not. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I don't know if I'm crazy about these blooms, but we're going to spin them out and see. If I don't like them, I can redo them. Okay, I'm going to lift you guys up and get the camera away so I can spin it. I like to spin before I do modifications. Get some of those bubbles out of that base coat. All right, here we go. Okay, so yeah, not happy with that. So you just get out your trusty little spatula and you scrape. What I'm not happy with is I want the blooms to be up here. So the colors are okay. Oh, and see, I just got paint on the back of that, which I don't want to do. But when you're doing this, it's very messy and it goes everywhere. So, all right, let's try that again. I'm going to try and get the blooms closer. Closer to that edge. And I think I need to go with a little bit more paint this time. All right. Gold. When you're doing blooms, you have a lot of fails. So don't feel bad if you fail. You just have to keep going because it takes a while, and sometimes, you know, the first or second try is not going to work out. Yeah, I don't like that bloom at all. I guess it would help if I had some cell activator down there. All right. I wanted to get that one closer to the edge. Okay, those are better. Better. Most of my paints, my primary elements have a little bit of paint, to paint, or craft paint or something in them, just to help give them a little bit more body and be more opaque. The primary elements are beautiful, but sometimes when they dry, they disappear. So this just helps with that a little bit. Okay, I want to make sure you guys are in there. Let's bring it up and give this a spin and see what we've got this time. Just making sure that board is out of the way of the tripod. Okay. I'm going to modify a little bit and then give it another spin. Modifying your bloom really helps give it some shape and dimension. especially after you have spun it out. All right. That's really pretty like that, but I think I need to spin it out just a little bit more. Pop some of these bubbles. All right, let's give it one more spin. Get some of that paint off of there. All right, really pretty. Pretty happy with that. I don't want that to come out as far as it's coming out, so I'm just going to push it back a little bit. Pull some of those out. That leaf is really pretty. The green just adds a little bit of, you know, make it more natural. So there you go. That one's gorgeous. Have a little bit of paint here I don't want. So I'll have to wipe that off. Give you guys a close-up. And then I'm going to pause it because I'm going to go put it to dry. So there you go. I'm pleased that the sides look good too. To check the other. Yeah, the sides look beautiful. So when that dries, then I'll just give it a couple coats of resin, and it'll be a beautiful board for somebody's kitchen. All right, I'm going to pause you and be right back, and we'll do some more. Okay. This is one of my little lids for my trinket boxes that I do, and as you can see, I got a little messy with it. When you're doing these lids, they're kind of domed, so you have to move quickly when you're doing them. So this first one I'm going to do with all blues and blue-greens. I try to stick with just maybe 3 colors. And just get your puddle on there of your base paint. My base paint is all colorplace from Walmart, the semi-gloss. All right. So this is pebeo, blue-green, or green-blue, I'm sorry. And then I have metallic cobalt blue by Artist Loft. These don't have any primary elements in them because I like them just as they are. They dry beautiful. Have a beautiful iridescent and beautiful metallic to them. This one is Stargazer, and I have added some other things to that. I think I'm going to use my Amsterdam Prussian blue cell activator, just to keep it all in the blue family. All right, so let me get up here. I'm going to try and do this so you guys can see the blow. Beautiful colors. I'm just letting that center come back a little bit. And as you can see, it's already starting to come off the edges. All right, I think we're okay to give it a spin. I think I want to tilt it a little bit this way though, because I want to keep it in the middle. I get these little trinket boxes at Hobby Lobby. I just order them online. They're about $4 US, and they sell very well. So this is why I'm doing all these today, because I'm starting to get ready for Christmas stuff. Just getting some of that extra paint off, if there's any on there. All right, let's give it a spin. All right, gonna modify just a little bit. Try not to disrupt that center and anything that is super pretty. So there you go. I'm going to give it one more spin because I still don't have coverage all the way around. Okay, that turned out really pretty. Pretty little box. Still have some edges. Maybe I need one more spin. All right, there we go. Okay, and there's your close-up. Very pretty. I'll show you guys these when they're dry too. They dry really fast. Okay, I'm gonna set that one aside. I think we'll do a black base next. I don't mind some of the white. I know a lot of people don't like any white dots in theirs, but I don't mind those. To me, they just give them more of an abstract flower look to them. Oh, and by the way, I have taped the back of these too, so make sure you do that. All right, let's go with the black base this time. Have no idea what colors I want to use, but... And the black base is also colorplace. I got that at Walmart. Okay, colors, colors. What do I want to do? I love coralberry in on the black. So I think I'm going to do a red. With the coralberry. A touch of the metallic cobalt, just because I love that contrast. And some gold. And I am going to go with a black cell activator. Let me get that. I want to get that more centered before I start blowing. Cell activator is mixed about 3:1 with Australian floetrol and Amsterdam oxide black. All right, here we go. Beautiful. Give that a minute to collect back in the center. when I first started painting, I was doing watercolors, and my watercolor instructor was, can't remember, Japanese, I believe, and she said one of the first classes when we took watercolor class that you're going to learn patience. And I find that with the blooms. They remind me of watercolor painting because you have to be patient with them. And it's better if you just let them do their thing naturally and then spin. I think that. I think they come out better. Okay, I think we're good. Give it a spin. Really dramatic, really pretty. That cobalt blue kind of got lost, but there's little touches of it here and there. So really pretty. All right, I think I want to modify just a little bit. Okay. Show you that one close up. Oh, I'm putting these on the drying rack, so I won't be able to give you an after close up, so I'm just going to do it now. And you can see that coral berry. Can you see the pink? So it's coral, but it has berry in it. So when this dries and you move it, it'll have a shifting quality. And see how pretty that center is? So it'll have a shifting quality. You'll see some of the pink come out, which is really pretty with the red. And the core and the metallic cobalt. Putting that one away, put it to bed. Those will continue to drip too because they're, like I said, they're domed. So, all right. Let's do another black, and then I'll do another white. Get some of that extra paint off. I have found with spinning, if you scrape some of the paint off, then you don't get so much of it flying around everywhere. Okay. This time I'm going to go with some of the pink, and I think I'm going to use a white cell activator on this one. What other color do I want to use with this? I think I want to go with some of the Boysenberry. Bit of gold. And then my white cell activator. My white cell activator is a little bit thicker than my black, and I have added 4 or 5 drops of white ink to that. It just helps the white stay a little bit better. All right, let's blow. Okay. Now see how big the white is in the center? We're going to give it, make it so you guys can see the white center. Again, I'm going to give it just a few minutes to come back in. And you're going to see how much those cells come back together. My white looks like it's a little bit too thin still. I actually might scrape that one and start over, because it's starting to, you can see it's starting to dissipate up here. So that means it's just a little bit too thin. So let's get rid of that one and try that one again. Okay, let me find my white. This is Amsterdam titanium white. So I'm just going to add a little drop of paint in there. It feels really thick, but it's, I can tell it's not good because it just got weird. All right, let's try that again. And it could be the black base it doesn't like. I'm not sure. I might go ahead and, well, I'll try it again with the white and see what we get. If I have to scrape it a third time or a second time, I will use, what did I put in there? Was it just that and the gold? If I have to do a third time, I will just use the black. That looks better. Got more lacing going on in there. Just going to spread that one side out. Let's give it a spin. Okay. These look so pretty too when you get them covered with resin. They just look like jewels. All right, that one's better. I like that. Pick it up. Yeah. Okay, and there's your close-up. I'm a little shaky today. Too much coffee, I think. So you can see the difference in that cell activator, especially with the white. And it stayed white. I don't know if it will once it dries, but you can see all those shimmery elements in there. So we'll see. When it dries, it may pick up some of the pink or the purple. But only time will tell. Okay, so I've got a blue, a purple, pink, a red and gold and coral, so let's do something again in the blues. Maybe a red one with some blue cell activator maybe, like I did my other ones. Well, I've been wanting to try my new brown. Maybe I'll do the brown with the maybe the brown with some of the turquoises and gold maybe. I took my nutmeg, which I've used before. It's a Primary Elements color nutmeg. It doesn't dry dark enough for me. I wanted it to be darker. So I added some raw umber and I added some black. So raw umber and black, and just made it a little bit deeper. So I want to add that. I love that, the brownish colors with the teals. So I'm going to go in with some metallic cobalt. They remind me of beachy colors. The blues and the green blues together. Oh, I already used that one. I wanted the pebeo. So that was the nutmeg mixture. This is the pebeo, green blue iridescent. And I think I'm going to go with a little bit of this sapphire on ice, which is a brighter blue. And then I'm going to use my white cell activator again. All right, here we go. Lots of pretty lacing in that. I love these cells out here on the, I don't know if you can see that in the corner here on that bloom. It'll probably get tilted off, but they're really pretty. Really pretty little cells. Let me see if I can get you guys a close-up so you can see them before they get blown off. Right there. Really pretty. All right, let's give her a spin. Yeah, really pretty. Nice. I'm going to go this way and maybe be able to save those. Oh, I love this one. I'm going to have to use those colors again. The nutmeg that I made darker is just really pretty. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And I love that I put that sapphire on ice in there. Just gives it really cool, bright blue in there. Really brightened everything up. I think it would have been too muddy if I'd left it on its own. I'm trying to decide, I'm thinking right now, I'm in my thinking mode, if I like these two things here, but if I spin more, I'm going to lose that, but I might lose that anyway, just because it's domed, and it might go off the edge anyway. So maybe spin it one more time. See if I can get rid of those. I think it's spun out as much as it's going to go. That lacing is just incredible in this one. So pretty. These are hard to pick up. A little slippery. Okay, here's your close-up. Look at all that beautiful lacing. And there's my little cells that I wanted to keep. We'll see if they stay on there. And that incredible brown nutmeg color with the blues, just really pretty. That's probably my favorite one. All right, guys. So that was your probably long video. I'll try to get it uploaded today. Today is Sunday. I did a couple videos throughout the week. I didn't get much painting done because I was busy finishing up stuff, resining and varnishing, and I finally got Aria's painting finished, so she'll be happy to have that in her, hanging in her nursery, I'm sure. Well, at least her mom will. She'll probably have little handprints all over it, which is why I had to varnish it good. So anyhow, I did a couple videos, but none of them were great, so I decided I'd bloom for you this morning. I am going to get away from blooming a little bit now and do some other, some of my older stuff for you. And I'm going to be doing some step videos, step-by-step videos with shopping lists, so you guys can paint right along with me. And we're going to do step-by-step. So that is going to be my next few videos, and they're going to be very beginning, very basic. It's to help the beginners get started. I've noticed a lot of comments on Facebook groups of people who are just starting out, who are afraid to get going. So I thought I would do, my teaching background, come in and really break it down for the newbies. And, and you guys, if you've been pouring for a while too, might benefit from going back to some of the basic stuff. And there will be mixing and formulas and all of that to go with those, and shopping lists. So stay tuned. Hope you guys have a great week, and stay safe. And well, please like, share, and subscribe if you have not already subscribed. Thank you for subscribing if you have. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.